December 5th, 2015. A day I will never forget. Yep, that's me. With my team leading by 3 points with a minute 19 left in the state championship game. My coach had just called a timeout before the kickoff. It's really rare to see a timeout before a kickoff, so I was naturally confused. But a play that made headlines, national news, known as one of the greatest kicks in the history of the Ohio State Championships. This is the happiest moment of my life.
Jake Budica tees it up. McCluskey. Oh my! The Eagles have it! Holy smokes! Are you kidding me? He hit a line drive directly off of a Wayne player. It carried him back to an Eagles player. They got the football, and they can just about put the wraps on it now.
Frontline guys.
The kicker, Budica, he deserves the credit. He's got to nail a guy, a moving target from 10 yards away, and he did it perfectly.
Instead of being content with a 3-point victory, running back and Indiana commit Cole Guest had a different idea, scoring his final high school touchdown from 53 yards out. This was the first play after my kick, and I was still celebrating on the sideline with the fans, the players, and my family. So naturally, I didn't know what was going on. But that touchdown gave me one more opportunity to score my final career point. And I nailed it. I'll never forget the amount of joy and happiness I felt rushing the field as the clock hit 0, and as we gathered for a team picture in the center of Ohio Stadium. I'm back there somewhere in the middle, and if you could see my face, it's pure happiness. I'll never forget scaling the wall, and there I am, number 93, to hug fellow students as we collectively sang our school's alma mater. I'll never forget this moment. I'll never forget how it felt to be purely happy, because it feels like this moment was the last time I was happy. My favorite part of the story is one that you don't know. I wasn't supposed to be playing on this day. In fact, I wasn't supposed to be playing at all this year. My mom wrote later that night that the best part of tonight was watching my son succeed in his goal. It seems like a lifetime ago that we argued early in the season. It was a far shot with his muscle tear last year, but it was his goal, and he was here and persistent to see it through. The first 2 weeks of the season, we hardly spoke 2 words because I did not want him to play. I didn't want him to hurt himself again. I just didn't want him hurt. But it was ultimately his decision. His doctors said to him, "Not if, but when I perform another surgery on your leg, we will get you ready for baseball." Here he stands today. His goal met. His leg is sore but no tear. The second best part of tonight, actually in my book, it may have topped it, they won. He walked across the field, he cocked his head to the left and smiled ever so slightly. His eyes never left mine. He then scaled a 12-foot wall and he climbed over the top and gave me a hug. The biggest hug. A proper hug, and I cried. I am so proud of you, Jake Budica. Don't ever let anything stand in your way. Not even me, little man. Not even me. In the 2014 season, I had torn my quadriceps muscle, 4 inches, right down the middle. I was sneaking behind my mom's back, going to team practices after school. There was something even more important to me than just the game of football. It was about being part of a family, a group of friends, a group of classmates. Being part of the football team seemed to bring out the best in me. I realized that I could be happy. I realized that I didn't have to be sitting alone at home all day and all night, wishing that I wasn't alive. Going through high school with severe depression wasn't what I imagined. My junior and senior year, it was a hassle just to get out of bed to go to school. Ever since the first day I arrived at my new high school, I was eating on the ground, avoiding people as they walked by in the hallway. Being part of the football team really changed my life. Winning the state championship also changed it. I'll never forget how it felt to be part of that family, to be part of a group bigger than the game of football. I remember going to school that next Monday, being asked if I was the kicker. being told that I was the reason we won that football game, and being praised for what seemed to be the kick of the year. This was the highlight of my life. This was also the high of my life. And when I seem down, I always go back to the state championship game to rewatch this kick. The kick that brought me joy. The kick that brought me pure happiness. The kick that brought me the day and the moment I will never forget.